Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Let me get in here and admit some more of you guys in here. And I know, ladies, sometimes it's just us, but today we have some guys in here as well, and or my nieces and nephews I haven't quite met just yet. So hello to all you guys. And as always, welcome, welcome, welcome to Sunday School series. And as you guys know, we put these together and invite our guests, different guests, to talk about different things around wealth building, real estate, investing, all of those kind of things. And so some of you I have not seen in a while since we moved from one group to over here. So we are here now in the WIN group. So if you got this information or you got this notification, it probably came from the Women Investing Network, not from the old investing group. So make sure you guys get that. I'm going to put that link on later. But really quickly, just wanted to, welcome you guys again, and then let you kind of know what we're doing today. So some of you probably didn't even read all of what we've been doing here. But as you guys know, I love, 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 and always encourage you guys to build your businesses and your empires and all of those great things, and include the kids. And so one day, remember, if any of you guys remember, we were talking about, well, my kids could, hear, and, if they could hear what I was telling them. And I just keep telling you guys, just keep them in the process, taking with you on real estate tours, taking with you to look at properties that you want to buy. Just include them, include them, include them. So part of me doing that, and my husband focusing on, our Sunday meetings with the kids and things like that. Well, one particular Sunday, or whatever day it was, KJ will probably let you guys know, but we were sitting down and I was saying, hey, KJ, I don't know if you know, but millionaires normally have at least 7 income streams. They have 7. And so we were talking about passive income versus, just all the good stuff that you guys always hear me talk about. But I also talk about that with my children. And so now that they are 22 and 26, the conversations don't stop. They just look different. So we talk more about, are you going to use your time, or are you going to use your talents, or are you going to do this? And so I started listing the things that I get passive income from. And then I started listing the different things on other income streams that I get, right? And so I remember this because I said, here's earned income, and I'm writing them down. And I said, and here's passive income. And here's how I get passive income, and this is how I get earned income. And KJ was sitting there and taking his notes. And so that's an exercise you guys can easily do tonight or whenever with your kids. This is how I do it. This is how you do it. And then what KJ came back and said, I don't know how long it was after that, he said, well, here's how I'm going to do it. And he says, I can go stream and people can watch me play video games. And I'm like, okay. And a little bit later after that, some of you probably seen that I was fussing that he took over my office. When he came back, he said, here's a check. I said, a check for what? He says, I made money playing video games. The people were watching me play the video games. I say, what? And I'm like, okay, well, show me this. And now that, I'm sitting there, I'm going, well, how many more of my lady investors who are building their empires? And you guys already know, what did I say this year and the rest of next year was going to be? 6- and 7-figure partnerships. And that if you could do them with your own children and your own family, then that was the key. So I asked KJ to come and join us. And then for you guys to bring your, the folks who are going to run your empire, right? So if you're building all this generational wealth and your kids are not involved, it just doesn't make sense. So hopefully everyone has done just that, brought their youth on and their kids on, or nephews or cousins or whoever you have on there. And today, as always on Sundays, we're going to talk about the why, we can talk about the what, and we'll spend a little time, if he has enough time, to show you guys the how. 30 minutes is what we always do so that we don't take advantage of anyone's time. And I asked KJ who he preferred to be here, and he says 13 and up. And so if you have any folks that are younger than that, that's fine. The 13 and up is the recommended age. And ladies, we'll talk more about that in the group, because when it comes to getting the money can't go directly to the 13-year-old anyway. So you will have to play a part in that. So I'm going to hand it over to KJ. He's going to take you through some different pieces. And what he did ask, guys, is that if you have questions, put them in the chat box so that he can see them, because he preferred to answer the questions as they are relevant to what he's going through right then, instead of waiting to the end. Okay, so if the kids are there and they have questions, help them, put them up there. And I'm gonna give him the host spot. So if you put him in there and I see him, then I may have to tag him if if he doesn't see him. So I'm gonna welcome KJ, who is my son. And guys, of course, he's the 22-year-old, in case you haven't figured that out, but he just finished his BA in information technology. And as soon as he finished school, I think it was a Friday, a company offered him a job on Monday. And one of the other certifications he had to go do is the Security Plus certification, that if some of you who are in that tech field know, a lot of folks get in there and they just can't get that part done. So the young folks, sometimes we got to listen to them, because they know what's going on in this tech stuff. So I'm going to turn it over to him and let him take it away.
All right. Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yep.
All right, perfect. Well, my name is KJ. Most people would call me KJ. Mom and close friends know me as Kyle. So hello. Like my mom said, I did just recently graduate from Missouri State, got my bachelor's degree in information technology, and now I'm working, and in my free time, I'm streaming. So just to get started with what is streaming, streaming is basically using the internet and live broadcasting. So what we're all doing right now would be kind of classified as streaming, and what, Netflix, that's a streaming service. So what I do is kind of different in the streaming aspects, as I trade my time for doing video games. So I play video games and I stream it onto a network known as Twitch. There are a lot of different streaming platforms out there that people do the same thing in. The big ones, the big three, are Facebook, YouTube, and then Twitch. So there are tons of people on all three of those platforms, and they're all doing basically the same thing. But the cool thing is, like, you can find your own little area to do what you please. So I would say do whatever you'd like, but that isn't necessarily true. There are terms of service, and you can't just go on there and put on anything you want. There are rules to streaming, of course, like there's rules to anything. But the big thing that I do is Twitch, and just to show you all what exactly Twitch is, because I might be saying it and you're like, what is that? I have no clue what that is. I've never heard of Twitch, and before, I guess 2 years ago, no, it would have been 4 years ago, I'd never heard of Twitch either. So just to show you all exactly what I'm talking about, I'm going to share my screen here. There we go. So this right here is Twitch. And basically what it is, as you can see here, there's a bunch of different categories and just channels is what they call them. And you can go on to these different channels and watch people play games. There's different sections. So if you go to the browse and go to different categories, it will list all of the different ones. The thing that's now started is this one. Since we are in a pandemic and everyone's staying inside, now is the best time ever to be streaming because there's just a lot of people home and looking for something to do when they're not out and about. And as you can see, there's a lot of people in all of these different areas. This in the viewer count is current viewers. So there's over 80,000 people right now watching someone stream the video game known as Call of Duty Modern Warfare. If there are kids watching, they most likely would know what that is. I'm sure everyone knows what Fortnite is by now. It's another big game out there. But if you go on in and you click on any of these, it will show you a bunch of people that are basically streaming what they are either doing or playing. A big one, if you're not playing a game, you can go to something called just chatting, and people are on here talking. There's people that do like dance videos. There's a bunch of just different people on here doing whatever. So where to start, what you need, all that stuff, it really depends on the person. So what you really need is a gaming console and internet. That is all you need to start streaming. That's all you need to start, basically. Let me admit some people in here. 1 second. There we go. And what I do for my stream is a little different. As you can see in the back, there's a green screen. I don't like there being anything behind me on stream. I like it to look more professional. So I have 2 monitors here in front of me. I have a headset which I can listen and talk to people that I'm playing with, or I can mute it and talk to whoever's watching me. And but none of this is necessary to stream. You can go complete without a camera. I have a camera that I use as well. You can go complete without a camera. You can just have your game sound, and you, if you want, speaking, and people will come in and they'll watch, and they could leave comments and stuff like that as well. But there's a lot of little parts of it that you can switch around and make it your own. And what makes every person's unique is that they all have their own channel. They all have their own separate communities, which I know if you listen to my mom at all, she talks about niches, and that's basically what all of Twitch is. It's a separate niche, and you have your separate communities in it where everyone kind of watches the same people and go along with what they're doing. Big names out there that I don't know how much everyone knows about it, but a big name is Ninja. He started off his career in competitive gaming. That's what a lot of the bigger names, they all did, was competitive gaming. But since gaming has been around for so long now, it's kind of changed from, you don't even have to be a super competitive person. You can play fun games out there and do just be entertaining, or just relatable. That's really what a lot of people, as they come up and they're bigger names, they're just relatable people, and people like to watch them and they're entertained. So they go spend their time with them as they're playing video games or cooking or whatever they please, on camera or not on camera. So that's what Twitch is. And like I said, you don't have to go through Twitch. There's different channels. So say you're big into Facebook, you like Facebook, or you already have a following on YouTube and you like YouTube, you can go through both of those platforms and do the same exact thing. And people will come spend their time, and they possibly could spend their money. But before we even get to the money, there are some different things that you have to do to gain money at all. So you have to have, at least for Twitch, I don't know specifically for Facebook or YouTube exactly what you have to do. But at least for Twitch, you have to have 50 followers starting off. You have to average 3 people watching you, and you have to stream for 20 hours all within a 30-day time period. And once you get those 3 things accomplished, which could take some people years and it can take people days, weeks. It really depends on the person and how dedicated they are to it, what they have to offer, what people like to watch. It all depends on that stuff. So, but that's how I got started. That's what, on the very, very, very basic parts, that's what streaming is, and that's what Twitch is. But I guess I could show you guys what I use here to stream. So there's a bunch of different, like I said, it all depends on the person and what exactly they're doing. But for me, I use a program that takes my game footage and shows all the chat. And I guess I'll show you guys what. So here this is the main page. If you go on Twitch's main page, on the left side, you'll have followed channels. So these are people that I follow here. And then there's recommended channels as well, depending on what you watch and what you like. They'll give you recommended channels. And so one that I follow right now is Fall Guys. This is basically what the main page would look like. It looks different on mobile than it does on a desktop. But here's the game. I have the audio muted, of course, but here's the game that's playing. It's Fall Guys. It's a popular game right now. And there's 3,600 people watching right now. And you can put in real messages here. You could talk to the person that's streaming, and you could just talk to them, have a conversation, whatever you want. And the person that's streaming can respond. They don't have to respond, obviously. There could be a lot of people like this where right now it's just emote only chat. So that just means they're sending in symbols instead of actual words and talking to them that way. But there's just so many different parts to it that you can find what you want to do with it and really make it yours, which is why there's so many people in the Twitch community and why there's so many people in the gaming community as well. But I guess I'll open up to questions here. I know we don't have a bunch of time, and I feel like you get more out of it when you ask questions, and I'm able to answer those. So if there are any questions, we can start with those. I can open the chat here.
Y'all sure are quiet. You guys can unmute yourselves or put it in the chat. We can see it.
KJ, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, okay. My name's Jamal Middleton. I had a question.
Yes.
Or highly rated or highly viewed games, like would you say sports like 2K or Madden or action like Call of Duty, like, or do they balance out?
So it definitely depends on what you like. Because if you don't like a game and you're just going into it and you're playing it just because you know a lot of people are playing it, you won't do any good in getting people there and people enjoying what you're putting out. Because if you don't like what you're doing, people that are watching can feel that and they won't like to watch you. But in my opinion, I would say that going to the not the biggest games out there, if you go to the smaller games when you're starting off, you could really get more people to come in because that's less options of that game to watch. So say there's 100,000 people playing Call of Duty, but there's only 700 people playing whatever your favorite game is. That's 700 people, or that's a whole heck of a lot less people playing the game that you're playing, which makes your name, your brand, anything like that, more likely to get clicked on, if that makes sense. So I would say doing whatever you enjoy is the easiest part about streaming, and it doesn't really matter if the game's big. If you like it and it's not as big, or if it is big and you like it, it's goes hand in hand.
Okay. Appreciate.
Yeah. What is my Twitch name? So I recently changed my Twitch name, and I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I like. Right now, my Twitch name is the Super Duper KJ. And I changed it from Super Duper KJ, and someone else came in and took it. And I basically waited on that time. There's a 6-month period where if you change your name, no one else can use that name. And then I left it and I went back to try to get it, and I didn't come back in enough time. So right now it is the super duper KJ. How much is it to set up Twitch? It's completely free. There's no beginning cost for, I don't think there's one for YouTube, not one for Facebook, and there's not one for Twitch. So streaming, the only cost that you would need is for basically a stable internet connection and then a gaming console. So whether that gaming console be a computer, which is what I use now, an Xbox One, which is what I had beforehand, which I still have and use sometimes, or a PS4. You can have one of those three, and you need the Twitch app or YouTube, Facebook app, and then you'll be able to live stream from there directly to the end result, which being YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. So missed the beginning. Is this another option for income revenue? It could be an option for income revenue. There's a lot of people that their full-time job is they stream. So they'll get up whatever days they choose, whatever times they choose, and they'll stream for however long they want. And some people set goals like, oh, once I make this amount of money, I'll turn over to full-time streaming, or I only stream from 8 to 5 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And they set schedules, and people come and they know their schedule, and that's what they follow. So I wouldn't say right up front dedicating your whole time into like quitting your job and going straight into Twitch. If you really think you're going to love it, I would say wait on it, start building a little bit. And as it comes naturally to some people, and some people it takes years, like I said earlier. But there are big names out there and people that stream daily, weekly, whatever it is for them, and they make a bunch of money doing it. Like I said, the big names earlier, I said Ninja. Some people I watch, there's like Nick Merg, Smith. These are all big names that if you're in the gaming community, or even if you're not in the gaming community, I'm sure you have heard of Ninja, as he's one of the most well-known people in the world right now. So there's Tifu. These are all people that have won hundreds of thousands of dollars playing the game. And there's even more people that they get it from playing in tournaments, and they get money for that way. If it's free, how do you get paid? You get paid from ad revenue. You get paid from people donating their money. You get paid from subscriptions. So ad revenue, I'm sure you all know what that is. Subscriptions. So you pay a subscription of, there's different tiers for Twitch. I know it's a lot coming in. I don't want to go in depth on each one, but basically you pay $5 for the basic level of subscription, and then you get everyone that is a subscriber of yours, they pay $5 a month, and it's a one-time month thing. So you pay for 1 month at a time, or you could pay for multiple months, but it's not like it charges you every month recurring. You put that money up front. So you pay that $5 a month, and you get the channels, emotes, and then you get like a badge by your name. And that's to show everyone that you are a subscriber to that person. And you can use their emotes, which are like if you use an iPhone or an Android, the little faces and whatnot. But the cool thing about them is that they're customized. So they can look like you. They can actually be pictures of you, and you can use them on other people's channels and their chats. And it's what makes it fun that way.
KJ, there was a question that I think you missed. It said, how do you share your screen when you record with the camera? Can you
Okay.
have a view of what's in front of you? Like, we know you can use the gaming system.
Mm-hmm.
Guys who came on late, that was one of the things that he said, is that you don't need all of this fancy equipment. You can just really do this on the gaming station that you have or your child has right now, and then just internet. And you can start there. You don't need all the cameras and stuff like that. But because, of course, KJ's took it to another level and took over my office.
Thanks.
So You need to put a green screen and a whole bunch of other stuff. So can you show a view of what you have in there?
A view of.
It's that because the question is, how do you share screen when you are recording with your camera?
Okay.
You mentioned that you had 2 cameras or something set up.
So I can show you the exact software that I use here. So there's a bunch of different softwares to use on this, and you can look all of those up. But the big one that I use right now is called Streamlabs. So if you go, I'll show you guys my screen here. Let's see.
Guys, while he's doing that, to the ladies and to the folks who are just, of course, coming in who haven't been to our Sunday series, normally we take these Sunday series, and then if there is more interest in it, then we'll find out, how many people are interested, and then go back to the presenter and say, can you create like a 1-hour workshop? And then that way they can get prepared for that and then give you like a checklist. These are all the things you need. This is the equipment you need. These are the channels. Here's what you have to do, all of those kinds of things, and then provide some coaching through this process. So if we see that there is enough interest, we can do that. This is always, of course, always a time just to do what is this? Can we get a quick overview and get some questions answered before we jump in to a niche like this? And so for the folks who are always in the group, we'll have another conversation later in the group about, what the moms who are here, aunties that are here who brought their kids in, kind of what that means to you and your business, because you do have to get involved in some levels of this. Like, should this be under your LLC or all those kinds of things? We'll talk about that later. Are you ready, KJ?
I am.
Okay.
All right. So this is the software I use. Right now you can see that I'm currently offline, but this is Streamlabs, and there's different screens here. So I have a separate screen for each thing that I'm doing. And usually it includes my camera, but because I'm using my camera for Zoom right now, you can't see that on this screen. But it looks like a lot, but it's really not that much once you know what you're doing here. But as you can see, I have a Be Right Back page, a face cam page where it just shows my face, and then we'll show the stream chat, which I can see here, but it shows it on the window for anyone that's watching as well. And then this would be my game screen here. So this would be the game. My face is usually here with little updates from people. But this is how there's a little transition there. This is what I'm seeing over here. So this would be my separate screen so that people can see exactly what I'm doing on here. And we were talking about big names. These are some of the bigger names here. So this is just for esports. So these are people that strictly are going and playing competitive gaming. And these are just some of their numbers. There are people that are bigger than these people here, and that they don't do competitive gaming at all. They just do games that they enjoy playing. But as you can see here, this is viewers per hour. So TFU is averaging 30,000 viewers per hour playing a game. And the people that aren't subscribed to him, they get ads when they first click on the video. And then TFU, if he wants to run ads during his stream, he can do that. There's a button that you literally press run ads. And for however many people are watching that aren't subscribed, they would be paying for those ads, and you'll get a portion of that ad revenue. And it all comes down in a breakdown to it shows on Twitch. You can look at your settings and go to the revenue page, and it shows all the breakdowns for that information. But
so
this
KJ,
is
one of the things I saw that it's averaging like something that's a normal average for a person who's not doing this full time, but is consistent in their marketing or getting people or their information is interesting, was about $5,000 per month. And so that piqued my interest that here everyone's home. We're home with COVID and everything else. And we've got young people who have skill sets. I mean, I believe I saw what looked like a hot dog running through a game.
Yeah, that was Fall Guys.
And that was a lot of people watching a hot dog run. So I just wanted to bring that to the attention of the ladies and the folks who were coming. It's like, it's not the video games. I think people, you know, it's some of everything that's on there. It's just people on there talking. It could be some of you guys who decide I'm going to have a Twitch channel as well and get on and talk about real estate or whatever it is. So although we're focused here on the youth and the gaming, this is an opportunity for some of you guys to look at it as well. So turning it back over to you, KJ, and I know we have probably a few more questions to answer before we have to, you know, start wrapping up. So back.
Yeah, I saw a question about the ads on the videos. So to be able to be one of the people that has ads, everyone that is a part of the Twitch affiliate group, they get ads on their videos from the start. So once you click on that person's video, if you're a Twitch affiliate, which affiliate of Twitch, that's the people that average that 3 viewers an hour, at least 50 followers, and then stream for 20 hours, all within that 30-day time period. That's the people that are Twitch affiliates. So once you get all 3 of those checked off at the same time, so once you have all of that consecutively, then you become a Twitch affiliate. You'll get an email about it. That's when you sign up for your tax paper there, the 1099. That's when you get all the stuff that classifies you as a Twitch affiliate. And that's when the money starts, and that's when you're able to actually earn money off of Twitch. So that is how you can put those ads on there. They come from the start, and you can choose whether you run the ads or don't run the ads. So someone could click on your video and not get an ad, but for most people, they just leave that on there because, well, why not get the money if they're going to give it to you? So are there any more questions? Because I know do you have to maintain those numbers or just get them for the 1 month minimum? So you just have to get them for the 1 month minimum for at least the 50 or the 3 hours. They average 3 hours. So you have to keep the 50 followers, and you have to no, you can, yeah, that's it. Just keep the 50 followers. Other than that, you can get the other 2 the next month and still get that Twitch affiliate. Yeah. But that's basically all I have to keep it simple and short. But if there are any more questions, I'd be happy to answer them here.
Sometimes they're typing and it's a little delayed.
Okay.
But, thanks for sharing the information.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I see your Uncle Earl over there. Hey, brother-in-law. Are you going to be playing video games now that you're retired? You don't have the mic on, so I can't hear him. For those who don't know, I always have to give my brother a hard time. Anytime I can get it in, and his mic is not on either. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, it is. It's on.
Oh, it's on now.
I'm the best there is. Don't let the gray hair fool you now.
And look at Titi Maria over there, right? All right, guys. Well, if you ladies have any other questions, you guys know how to find me in the groups. And to my nieces and nephews out there that I have not seen, because y'all don't have your screens and stuff on and that kind of thing, hey. And we'll connect, ladies, if you guys want to bring KJ in to do something that's, you know, with the checklist, what equipment you guys want, all that kind of stuff, if this is something you guys want to get done. So I will see you guys back in our group. And guys, have a great Sunday and stay tuned for the next Sunday series list of events. All right, guys, talk to you later. Thanks, KJ.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Bye, KJ.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks, KJ. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Very informative. Hello, KJ? Can you hear me?
Hello, I'm still here.
Okay, I was gonna ask, asking for my daughter who is on here. She's asking, so she watches videos on YouTube all the time. Does she do the same thing? Well, I know you said we could do videos or whatever that didn't necessarily have to be about gaming. So, if she does that on YouTube, would she be able to do that on Twitch too?
Yeah. So the cool thing about a lot of these things is they could go hand in hand. So she could stream on Twitch, and then there's things called VODs, which is basically a recording of everything that you did. She could take that, download it, and then break it up. Same thing that she does for YouTube videos, and then place them straight there to YouTube and do it for Twitch.
Okay, so whenever you do something on any of these platforms, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, are they all interchangeable where you can share them? Is that what you're talking about with the bot?
I wouldn't say interchangeable because they all have their own unique things, which make them, separate. But for most things, if you're able to do it on one platform, you're able to do it on a different one. There's just slightly different variations on all of it.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So,